The Wright Flyer, designed and built by the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, was the first successful heavier-than-air powered aircraft. On December 17, 1903, near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the Wright Flyer made its historic first flight, marking a pivotal moment in human history. This aircraft, known for being the vehicle of the world's first controlled, powered flight, belonged to the United States and is regarded as one of the most significant inventions of the 20th century. The Wright brothers, bicycle makers from Dayton, Ohio, had been experimenting with flight for years before they achieved their historic breakthrough. Their interest in aviation began in the late 1890s when they studied the work of pioneers like Otto Lilienthal, a German glider pilot, and Octave Chanute, an American engineer. Building on the aeronautical principles they learned, the Wright brothers began conducting glider experiments in 1899. One of their key innovations was understanding the importance of three-axis control, pitch, roll, and yaw, necessary for an aircraft to be properly maneuverable. They designed a system that allowed the pilot to control the aircraft's orientation through the movement of its wings, roll, rudder, yaw, and elevator, pitch. This system, known as wing warping, was a critical development that set the Wright brothers apart from other early aviation pioneers. The brothers first tested their ideas with gliders, improving their designs based on data they collected from their experiments. By 1903, they were ready to build a powered aircraft, which became the Wright Flyer. The Wright Flyer was a biplane, meaning it had two wings stacked one above the other. The aircraft had a wingspan of 40 feet 4 inches, 12.3 meters, and a length of 21 feet 1 inch, 6.4 meters. Its weight, when fully loaded, was around 605 pounds, 274 kilograms. The aircraft was constructed primarily of spruce wood and muslin fabric, both chosen for their lightweight and flexibility. One of the most innovative aspects of the Wright Flyer was its power source. The brothers worked with their mechanic, Charlie Taylor, to build a 12-horsepower, 4-cylinder internal combustion engine. This engine, which weighed about 180 pounds, 82 kilograms, powered two counter-rotating propellers at the rear of the aircraft via chains and bicycle-style sprockets. The propellers, a product of the Wright brothers' own aerodynamic research, were highly efficient for the time. For control, the Wright Flyer employed the wing warping system developed by the Wrights, which manipulated the wing's shape to provide roll control. The pilot lay prone on the lower wing and operated the controls using a combination of hand levers and foot pedals, which controlled the elevator and rudder. On the cold, windy morning of December 17, 1903, the Wright Flyer made history. Orville and Wilbur Wright took turns piloting the aircraft, with Orville being the first to fly. The first flight lasted just 12 seconds and covered 120 feet, 37 meters. Although brief, this flight was the first controlled, sustained flight of a powered, heavier-than-air aircraft. Over the course of the day, the brothers made 4 flights, the longest of which was flown by Wilbur and lasted 59 seconds, covering 852 feet, 260 meters. These flights were monumental because they demonstrated controlled flight in an aircraft that was capable of taking off under its own power, something that had never been achieved before. The Wright Flyer proved that sustained, powered flight was possible, marking the beginning of the aviation age. The Wright Flyer was not used in any military conflict or war, as its role was primarily experimental and historical. However, its success in proving that controlled powered flight was possible laid the groundwork for the future of military and civilian aviation. Following the success of the Wright Flyer, the Wright brothers continued to improve their designs, eventually creating aircraft that were used by the military. In 1908, they demonstrated their improved designs to the U.S. Army, leading to the Wright brothers securing a contract to build military planes. This was the start of the military's interest in aviation, which would later play a crucial role in both World War I and World War II. The Wright Flyer's fame comes not from any military success or extensive production, but from the fact that it was the first successful powered aircraft. Only one Wright Flyer was built, but its impact on the world was immense. The Wright Flyer became a symbol of human ingenuity, perseverance, and the realization of a centuries-old dream of flight. The reason the Wright Flyer became so iconic and popular was its profound significance. Before the Wright brothers, many had attempted to fly, but none had succeeded in creating a practical, powered aircraft. The Wright Flyer proved that humans could build and operate machines capable of controlled flight, paving the way for the rapid development of aviation technology in the 20th century. The success of the Wright Flyer revolutionized transportation, warfare, and commerce. Within a few decades, airplanes had transformed from simple biplanes like the Wright Flyer to advanced fighter jets and large commercial airliners capable of crossing oceans in hours. The Wright Flyer also cemented the Wright brothers' place in history as the fathers of modern aviation. The Wright Flyer is housed at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C., where it remains one of the museum's most popular and iconic exhibits. The plane's place in history has been immortalized through books, documentaries, and countless monuments dedicated to the Wright brothers' achievement. In the years following the Wright Flyer's first flight, the Wright brothers became internationally famous. They received awards and recognition from governments and institutions worldwide. The Wright Flyer's legacy is so enduring that on July 20th, 1969, the day Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon, he carried a small piece of the Wright Flyer's fabric with him, symbolizing the connection between the first flight and humanity's journey to space. The Wright Flyer was the world's first powered, heavier-than-air aircraft, representing a revolutionary breakthrough in aviation history. Built by the Wright brothers in the United States in 1903, the aircraft successfully demonstrated controlled flight for the first time. Although only one Wright Flyer was produced, its historical significance cannot be overstated. It paved the way for the rapid development of aviation, influencing both civilian and military aviation for decades to come. The Wright Flyer's cultural impact, along with its technological achievements, have ensured that it remains a symbol of innovation, determination, and the limitless possibilities of human flight.